Welcome to game number 3 between Kasva and MarineLord. This is round 1 of Aussie Drongo's content mode clash. I think that's the name. Anyway, this is game number 3. Spawning in the right hand side of the map, it is going to be MarineLord playing as the French in the color blue. In the left hand side of the map, it is going to be Kasva in the color red playing as the English. Going with the classic matchup here, English versus French. And we're on a very interesting map here. We'll take a look at what it's called. It's called Gorge. So this is part of the Red Bull map. A whole collection of maps have been added for the Red Bull Wallow Legacy tournament coming up. And this is one of them, and this is called Gorge. And very, very interesting map design here. We see two big sort of mountain cliffs here. Sacred Site in the middle, and then Sacred Site two ends. So I see this map as sort of like the pit. Very, very similar, except the cliffs are a lot smaller. They're also a little bit further wide. And I think this will be a very, very cool map. Also, we don't have as much forest around the edge. We've got a couple big forests here, but I feel like wood is really limited on this map. I mean, sure, you've got the starting wood here, but apart from that, you're going to have to move out to either these little pockets of wood, or you're going to have to move out to your larger wood pockets. I've got to say, it's probably a better spawn here for MarineLord, having this big pocket here and this big pocket over here. But pretty standard opening from both players so far. Kasva not looking to do any sort of Age 1 shenanigans that we do sometimes see the English do, but not very often we see that in a competitive setting. Something else to spot here is that we've also got the deer patches. I don't know why I'm pointing this out. There's not a lot else to say at the moment, to be honest. I mean, you know, pretty standard openings. We do have one scout from both players, it seems. I mean, I've got to say, 2-scout meta has definitely fallen out of favor. Like, the English, they're used to opening one scout anyway, but the French, I mean, you know, quite often you'd see French. Pretty much every civ open 2 scouts, apart from the Rus, which should open 3. And the English that would open 1. And sometimes the Holy Roman Empire would also only do 1. But I mean, it makes sense. They take a little bit longer to train. I mean, look, I mean, it's only 22 seconds for the French, but other civilizations it is 25. You know, I didn't realize that town centers train scouts faster. Is it the same for textiles? It is. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Yeah. So everything from the town center trains faster. I thought it was only villagers for some reason, but probably something I should know. But oh well. School of Cavalry is now going to be dropped down from MarineLord as well. 4 villagers on that right there. 3 villagers for Kasva on the council hall. Nothing out of the ordinary now. I mean, both of the landmarks are probably the worst landmarks in the game. Abbey of Kings. I mean, when are we ever going to see that in a professional game? Same with the Chamber of Commerce. Kasva now going for a pretty early barracks here. Definitely, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense going up against the School of Cavalry. But we're going to have to see how Kasva decides to play this game out, because town centers have been nerfed. So we're going to have to see if maybe it's a bit of a fast castle. This is something that we've been seeing quite a few English players do. Fast castle, and it works out even better now, because basically town centers, they cost more, they take longer to train. However, the landmark town centers haven't been changed at all. So going up against a civilization that went 2TC, whereas yourself go for a 2TC, but it's a landmark town center, you're going to be in a little bit of a better position. So we're going to have to see if Kasva looks to try and utilize that. We're going to have to see if MarineLord looks to go for a second town center himself. I mean, very, very standard for French players to go to town center. However, he's not moved out to stone quite yet. He's stacking quite a bit of wood there, but we'll have to see if that's just for some archers and a blacksmith. As we do see that archery range is coming down. We already see the first couple longbows are in the queue here. Spearmen in the queue as well. Spearmen and longbow are being targeted all the way out here already. So it looks like Kasva wants to try and deny this gold and stone away. And I gotta say, this map is so nice. Like, I love this big passageway here. But it's still it's still sort of wallable on the edges here, but it doesn't create a huge choke point. And I love that the sacred site's placed here. It's going to make it a little bit harder to wall as well. Kasva pulling his units back together. Another spearman is out. He's probably got quite a... He's got enough here to push out. 3 longbow plus 2 spearmen is going to be sufficient, especially when MarineLord opening up with a horseman. Is that a misclick? Since when did the French players open... He's built another one. Is this the new French meta, horseman? Why would you make your unique unit the French knight when you can make a horseman, right? Interesting to see that from MarineLord, because he's continuing to make them. He's not gathering any gold up at the moment either. Maybe he thinks that Kasva was going to push forward with his longbow and he would be denied from the gold, and he doesn't want to invest 100 wood into a tower, maybe? Because this is an interesting play from MarineLord, like... Going for so heavy with the horseman. He's got another one. Okay, this is really interesting. So maybe MarineLord looks to go for a very heavy archer play, because archers surprisingly do counter longbow if you've got a large enough mass of them. And I don't mean that in terms of, oh, you know, if you've got 50 archers, yeah, you'll kill a knight. I mean, if you've got big numbers of archers and big numbers of longbow, and your archers are next to the longbow, the archers will win. And that's because these guys shoot a little bit slower. They also walk a little bit slower. So having a large mass of these archers can actually be really effective up against the English. And then horsemen are probably just going to be in here as well, just to try and force lots of spearmen out of Kasva. But 4 horsemen are here. Archers sufficient enough for MarineLord to try and pick off these longbow. We do see Kasva's longbow going to be trying to target down those archers. Archers on the back line here for MarineLord, going to be trying to target down those archers. There's enough horsemen here to do quite a bit of damage, though. MarineLord's going to have to be careful. I mean, I do feel like the horsemen aren't doing terrible here. However, surely you would want knights in this position. Either way, MarineLord making work of Kasva's army right here. MarineLord's 2 archers doing some work at the moment. Archers are going to be going down. 2 spearmen left for Kasva as well. These archers are going to be able to kite those away. And horsemen are going to be able to charge back in. So it's just horsemen plus archers coming out from MarineLord. This is very, very interesting. I mean... I wonder how this is... If this is like a meta change, or if this is just MarineLord testing something out. Because it seems to be working pretty well so far. I mean, French knights do cost a lot. I mean, 100 gold, 140 food is very expensive when you can make a horseman for just 100 food, 20 wood. And this means that MarineLord can make a... He can focus a lot more on the archers as well. However, knights, definitely the better choice when it comes to raiding. So maybe the horsemen aren't going to be doing as much of an effective job there. You might be able to get like 1 or 2 villagers here, but not with those spearmen sitting there. So we do see MarineLord has been mining that stone, and now he's going to be pushing up north with 8 villagers. Going to be going for that second town center. Kasva, on the other hand, not looking to go for a second town center at all. Maybe looking for a bit of a castle age. I mean, he's got a lot of villagers on gold right now. Interesting to see there. I wonder if he'll be... It's got to be another town center, right? He's going very heavy on the gold plus the food at the moment. So, also not got anything else in the queue at the moment either. I would say it's a pretty good time to. I mean, MarineLord at the moment is expanding out with that other town center. Horsemen aren't going to be too much of a worry when it comes to raiding. Town center going to be able to get a nice little shot off there onto the horseman. 6 archers for MarineLord going to be pushing forwards. And it looks like MarineLord starting to go a little bit heavier on the gold front now. So I wonder... Yeah, it's going to be for that blacksmith. He's grabbing a few of his upgrades in there. And I wonder if he'll be finally looking to make some of those royal knights. Because at the moment, not a single royal knight out of him so far. Second town center up north has been constructed for MarineLord. we take a look at the army value right now, they're very, very even. Which makes sense. I mean, MarineLord expanding with the second town center. Kasva looking to go for that castle age. He's got enough gold in the bank, just waiting on the food now. So this is sort of like a 2-in-1 for Kasva. He's going to get that second town center down and age up at the same time. And now this might be the play with the English where Kasva looks to go into knights of his own. This is something that we sometimes see from English players. They go for the fast castle versus the French into quite a heavy production of knights, and that does seem like what Kasva is going to go for, dropping down the second stable in the base at the moment. King's Palace is going to be dropped in the base here on the wood line. Definitely makes sense. Mill also going to be dropped, looking to expand out with even more farms. And look at this, MarineLord looking to wall up the... wow, okay. Okay, MarineLord going heavy on the walling right now. Interesting to see. MarineLord's playstyle this game's been very, very peculiar. I mean, you're playing the French, the most aggressive civilization in the game. You don't make a single royal knight, and now you're walling up the map. Up against the English, which is the most turtly civ in the game. Okay, this is interesting to see. I mean, MarineLord is going to be aging up behind this himself. It is going to be the Royal Institute. So maybe these walls are just to buy him enough time. Maybe he knows that these knights are on the way, so wants to buy time so he can make knights of his own. I mean, like, he's going up with the Royal Institute, so it would have made sense to have knights in the first place anyway for the royal bloodlines. Interesting. We're gonna have to see what MarineLord looks to do here. I mean, he is on 2 TC at the moment, so he's going to be crawling ahead of Kasva. Kasva is going to be on 2 TC himself, but French do make those villages ever so slightly faster. We already see that 10 villager lead for MarineLord, and that's going to start adding up over time. MarineLord really looking to finish off those walls. Kasva should be able to break through here, though. If you can put your knight right up close to the wall here and actually kill that villager. But it looks like Kasva's going to be going around the edge here, but I don't think he realizes that this is also walled off. There's a gap. No, MarineLord, no. There's a little gap there. There's a little gap. No. Kasva also building a tower here on the sacred site. Wow. Okay. Horsemen looking to do a little bit of raiding here as well. Not going to be doing too much. King's Palace is here. It's probably going to be killing that horseman. And now we can see Kasva is in the base. First villager from MarineLord going down. Second villager going to be going down as well. There it is. Veterancy upgrades coming in for MarineLord. 3 Royal Knights are out on the battlefield at the moment. 4th one in the queue as well. Blacksmith upgrades. He's got quite a few. He's got a couple of the ranged attack and defense. Also getting that attack damage. Or the melee attack for free there as well, playing the French. We do see there the horsemen have the slightly faster movement speed, are going to be able to catch up with those knights. And now Kasva spots out this town center. I don't think he knew about this before. We see more knights are going to be moving through there. MarineLord knows about this now. He's going to try and build that, but I don't think he's got a villager nearby. 6 knights are out here for Kasva. He might be able to take this fight. He needs to pull these other 2 knights, though. The first knight did go down for Kasva there. Veterancy upgrades in for the longbow as well. We do see MarineLord starting to grab a few of his eco upgrades. He's got wheelbarrow in. He's also grabbed specialized spirit coming in now as well. Kasva, on the other hand, he's got... Kasva, what are you doing? He's grabbed a horticulture, but not wheelbarrow. Interesting to see that. I'm sure he'll be grabbing wheelbarrow soon as well. And Knight's just looking to do a little bit of raiding here, just to be as much of a pain as possible. But Kasva might want to look to add in a 3rd town center, maybe. Despite the nerfs of the town centers, they're still extremely good. Monastery being dropped down by MarineLord as well. Looking to try and pick up a few of these relics. He's got 3 on his... No, wait. 2 on his side, sorry. 3rd one here is going to be on the side of Kasva for now. So maybe Kasva looks to drop down a monastery. Yeah, he's already dropped one down. And there is the first monk. Might be able to capture the sacred site and the relic at the same time. We can see he's already healing up the units here. Probably not the best use of its time, but this is the weird thing that we're seeing from MarineLord. Like he's playing very turtly this game, especially with the walls, but he definitely needs to make a push in H3, and I think that may be what he's going for now with the Royal Institute, because leaving the English to go H4 is a problem, especially on a map like this where you can very easily wall the edges. Another villager here going to be going down from MarineLord. There it goes. So Kasva getting some really nice picks here from MarineLord. Monastery has been built, but no relics being captured in yet. Textiles coming in from MarineLord as well. Wow. Not very often we see a French player grabbing textiles. There it is. Wow. Especially at this point in the game. Monk going to be moving out for Kasva as well. He already secured himself up a 1 there. Not taking the sacred site yet though. Kasva's got even more knights on the way. That passageway is still there. Where have all of his longbow gone? Okay, so he's still got his longbow sitting in the base here. And I've got to say, Kasva not making many spearmen at all. He's got a couple in the queue there, upgrading his veterancy upgrades as well. Another villager going to be... Oh, almost caught there. More villagers are going to be going down from MarineLord. Kasva catching up with the vills. I mean, you know, when you're the French, you should be way ahead in builds at this point when you're on the same amount of town centers. You see Kasva's knights are going to be caught off here. And probably not the best trade there. That's a lot of resources gone down the drain. 2 knights in the back of the base here. Going to be trying their best to try and find some villagers. Monk going to be coming in with that first relic from MarineLord. We already see 2 relics. Also, 3 relics now for Kasva. 2 are still on the way. There's the first. Where's the second? There's the second. And he can always capture up the first and second sacred site here. Third one is going to be in the base. Wololo coming off. Not going to be successful today, but it's going to be able to save that relic. Now Kasva going to be retreating back with this knight. It's going to be losing it here, however. And surprisingly, MarineLord... Okay, there it is. It's in the queue now. Royal Bloodlines finally coming in. I thought that would have been in quite a while ago, but not quite yet. You can see they're quite an expensive upgrade. We're going to have to see... Okay, so walls are coming in now for Kasva. Definitely worth building. I mean, because at any point, MarineLord could just run through with some super buff Royal Knights and just find vills like this and like this. Definitely worth grabbing there, but might be a little bit late here. I mean, MarineLord's already pushing through with this large mass. Lots of arbalests on the back here as well. A few archers in here and a few horsemen left over from H2. But Kasva's mass not looking too bad here. I mean, he's got 17 spearmen, 22 longbow. And that's going to be a pretty good composition up against what MarineLord's got here. However, MarineLord... I wouldn't be surprised if MarineLord starts to think about siege soon. Or a keep. Yeah, that works as well. Keep going to be dropped around here on the stables. Going to be able to get those Royal Knights for a little bit cheaper. Sacred Site now being taken from Kasva on both. No, not this side. I mean, he could capture this one very easily. Royal Knights now in the base of Kasva. That might be a couple dead builds right there. I mean, these guys just have so much HP. I mean, look, they just take no damage, especially with +2 range defense as well. Kasva's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. He needs to keep some spearmen in the base here. We do have a couple on the way here. He's got a ton of barracks. Wow, 5 barracks is down. Crazy stuff right there. I mean, you're definitely going to need it up against H3 French with their super buff Royal Knights. Not too much damage caused right there. Knights on the back of the base here as well. Going to be causing a little bit of distress for MarineLord. We do see Kasva sitting in the base here. He's managed to get up his walls, so he'd be looking decent there. Unfortunately, has been burnt down over there. Kasva going to be trying to chase down these knights. Kasva desperately needs to get some better walls up. I mean, at this point in the game, you could even think about stonewalling here. You are going to be cutting out that sacred site, but I would say a sacred site loss is worth it for protecting all of your vills like this. More Royal Knights out for MarineLord as well. Chivalry is in him for him as well. Monk is going to be taken out here. Not the Monk. And the Royal Knights are now in the base for Kasva. More walls are going up, but it's just so much APM is being used up on these raids. We just see more and more knights are just wrapping their way around the base. And I mean, Kasva still hasn't even dropped down a tower over here. Still a hole in the wall, and I wouldn't be surprised MarineLord looks to try and poke at this again. I'm surprised Kasva hasn't walled this up either, to be honest. I mean, he desperately needs some walls. We do see that there's going to be the first wall. More villas are going to be going down over here as well. Kasva just chasing these Royal Knights absolutely everywhere. Finally, Kasva managing to catch a couple off guard here. 3 Royal Knights going down there. It looks like MarineLord wants to try and contest this sacred site. And the wall does get deleted. Trying to save those Royal Knights. Uh-oh. And this is where the problem starts to come about for Kasva. I mean, he's managed to hold this off for now, but look at this. A Mangonel's going to be... Kasva! Oh, mined out of the Mangonel. Yeah, and I mean, this is the problem with the English in Age 3. They just love their infantry-based composition. And it just gets absolutely destroyed by Mangonels. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kasva dropping down a siege workshop soon, getting out those Springles. Because this mass is looking very, very decent. I mean, look at the Spearman mass right here. Huge volley coming off right there. Not actually that much damage done right there. Definitely could have been worse. Another volley going off onto that outpost. More outposts are needed though. There isn't another outpost nearby. Castle siege, network of castles. Another huge volley right there. Oh no, Kasva. No network of castles for Kasva right now, and network of castles is pretty huge for the English. I mean, they definitely don't want to be fighting without it, unless it's a pretty decisive battle. 2 Springles out for MarineLord as well. And this could be a problem for Kasva if more Mangonels come out. Mangonel might get another volley off it onto the longbow right there. Oh no, this is not looking good for Kasva at all. I mean, the Mangonel is still remaining. Knights are onto the longbow as well. Men-at-arms starting to come out from Kasva now. They've got their clad-at-arms upgraded. We can see there even more range defense. Kasva's managed to hold that off. The Mangonel did go down. However, I don't feel like that was the best trade for him, especially... Did you see his mass he had? Unfortunately, that is going to be going down, and MarineLord right now has the eco advantage by quite a significant amount. 36 villagers ahead right now. And MarineLord is very happy to stick to Age 3 here, when English are at their weakest point, and French, I would say, are at their strongest point. As they've got these almost Age 4, pretty much, Royal Knights with their Royal Bloodlines upgrade. We also have a Trebuchet out for MarineLord as well. Looking to try and push forwards a little bit. Very forward monastery right here. I mean, maybe this is a tactical decision from Kasva. He might be able to pull up a bit of a Wallalow. But I feel like that's just out of haste. But MarineLord's mass not looking too big right now. He's got 3 Mangonels out, 2 Springles, so looking to go quite heavy on the siege. We see Kasva's response to this is going to be Horsemen. Has he added in a siege workshop of his own? No, he hasn't. That is interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, I guess Horsemen works, but you're definitely going to need a large mass of them versus the French and their knights. We now see another engagement. 3 Mangonels over here. Well, third one is on its way. Kasva might be looking all right here. He needs to get out that tower, though. Kasva just needs to spam towers along here. Siege, castles of network of castles, I mean, it's definitely needed in this fight. Huge volleys coming off from Mangonels right there. It is only on the Spearman, but the damage adds up. And I mean, Men-at-Arms are going to be making their way onto the battlefield for Kasva. They're definitely going to be helping out, but I don't feel like Men-at-Arms is the right call here. I mean, they get countered by Knights and the Arbalests, so another huge volley coming off here for the Mangonels. So much damage being done. Longbow helping out on the backline for Kasva. Maybe this isn't such a bad trade. I mean, these guys are pretty expensive. We see they are I mean, yeah, they're pretty cheap when you got the keep bonus around them as well. Mangonel, 1 Mangonel remaining for MarineLord. Somehow losing so many of them despite such little anti-siege from Kasva. But the Knight mass is starting to grow for MarineLord right now. 11 Knights. He's also got some SAD at the back here. I mean, I'm not sure what they're doing over there. Just chilling out. 3 Royal Knights. And Kasva's mass starting to rebuild here. Got quite a few longbow. Keep drop going to be going in base here for Kasva. Definitely a defensive keep. It would have been nice if he got that keep up earlier right here. I mean, here would have been such a nice spot. Would have really confined MarineLord to go for a bit of a methodical counterweight trebuchet push. And this keep needs to go up fast. I mean, 13 villagers on that keep. This might be bad for Kasva. He might be losing a lot of vills here. And vills he does not want to be losing. He's already behind by such a large amount. MarineLord hasn't targeted the army onto that right now. Outpost is going to be going down. No network of castles for Kasva yet again. And look at this. Behind this, MarineLord's going to be aging up. I mean, the economy for MarineLord right now just looking so damn good. The army in the base as well looking amazing. There it is. It's going to be the College of Artillery right there. Keep drops also coming through for MarineLord as well. So looking to just secure up that mid-map position. Kasva needs to hold on. Kasva in the late game is gonna have the better civilization. There is the age up for MarineLord. But the question is, can Kasva survive to that point? Trebuchet is going to be taking shots onto that keep now. And now the real archer the arbalest transition coming through from MarineLord as well now. Capturing up that sacred site as well. Trebuchet looking to try and take down that monastery. Horsemen trying to run in for MarineLord. Unfortunately, Horsemen just don't seem to do very much at this point in the game, especially when they're still in their veterancy status. It seems like Kasva wants to go into some more cavalry. And I've got to say, this is not looking too pretty for Kasva at all. His monastery is going to be going down. That's 300 gold a minute lost right there. Trebuchet is going to be targeting down that monastery first, and then I would expect it to be going onto the keep right there. We do see the, what was that upgrade called? The improved network of castles, network of citadels, that's it. Upgrade coming in from that keep. Going to be improving that little bonus for the English right there. Horsemen going to be taken out for MarineLord. And do we have, yeah we do, there it is. Wait, what? Okay, so MarineLord going for elite horsemen instead of elite knights. Interesting. Sticking with the veteran royal knights at the minute. He's also got incendiary arrows coming through, so he looks to go really heavy with the arbalest plus horsemen. I've got to say, horsemen do seem to be doing pretty well this game. We also have a cannon coming out from MarineLord. It's going to be losing that to 3 horsemen though. And Kasva looking to make a push here. Lots of spearmen right here are going to be doing pretty well. Unfortunately, they are in the elite status compared to the castle age. However, Kasva looking pretty decent here. This is actually a pretty decent trade for him. He is going to be fighting underneath this keep though. Cannon on the backline going to be helping out as well. Keep has no emplacements yet, so only going to be the arrow slits, the arrow slit fire right there. And Kasva looking to make a bit of a push out now. He definitely needs some siege. Does he still not have a siege workshop? Kasva, where's your siege? Kasva desperately needs some trebuchets right now to try and take down this forward base right here. And he's going to be trying to make a push here. But I feel like MarineLord's army is just looking so good here. I mean, elite, he's got knights in here as well, which is still veteran, but elite horsemen in there as well. Arbalest coming out with their Pavis, I think it is, Pavis shield. Going to be helping out there. Spearman from Kasva looking really decent though. I mean, horsemen just don't feel that great. But GG gets called anyway. Kasva realizes that he's too far behind in tech and eco and decides to call good game. Well, there it is. The match goes over to MarineLord. The final score is 2-1. So we'll be going on to round 2 next, and I'll catch you guys then. If you did enjoy this, please do feel free to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys later.